Welcome to episode 12 of Mi Casa Your Market. We're going completely off the script this time. We're just going to sit down and talk about how we use AI and language models in our everyday life. We're going to go from real estate to social media to content creation. So stick around. Hello, my name is Angel. I'm a licensed real estate professional. I've also been in sales for over a decade.
Hello, my name is Angie, licensed real estate professional and listing specialist.
And I'm Austin. I'm the lead creative at Caldwell Banker Coast Realty.
All right. So, from our 3 viewers, one of them gave us a feedback on our previous video where you actually brought the topic of AI. And they were left wanting.
Okay.
They loved what we were talking about. They wanted a little bit more information. They wanted a deep dive.
Yeah.
So we've decided for this episode, episode 12, to just go on an AI rant and give you folks a one-stop shop, at least on how we 3 professionals use it in our daily work.
Yeah.
And hopefully give you a good footprint on how you can use AI in your field of work as long, as far as sales or entrepreneurship or, creative use of it. We're going to touch bases on where to start, what to use for what, and it's going to be more of a long form, no structure video where we're just going to go back and forth and talk about how much we use AI. Yeah. So let's get started. I know the first place I want to start, and Angie, you've used this. I don't know if you use this, but every time we use an AI model, I'm sure everyone has reached the level of frustration where AI is not doing what you want it to do.
I know that very well.
It's not understanding what you want to convey, and it's not receiving the proper messages. So there's actually an AI tool for that, and it's what I use. It's my first stop whenever I want to use AI. No matter what AI model I'm using, I'm going to stop here first, and it is Prompt Cowboy. We talked about it briefly before.
Yeah.
We'll touch base on it. So Prompt Cowboy, what it is a AI that speaks AI. When you go to Perplexity, Claude, Grok, ChatGPT, whatever you want to call it, whatever AI model you like to use, Gemini as well, you're giving it a simple sentence. You're telling it, make me this. That is not enough for it to go off of. Now, some folks go in and make a full paragraph detailing what they want from the AI, and the AI will give them a better result as if you just gave them a sentence.
Right.
What Prompt Cowboy does is take that one sentence and converts it into a long form prompt that you can then copy paste into your AI and give you some proper results. Have you, I know you have.
Absolutely love it. It has changed my life. So solving that frustration I get with the AI. So I don't have to be like, no, I told you this, I told you that. You just go to Prompt Cowboy, it does everything for you. And if you don't like it, you can even do minor adjustment. Maybe like it didn't understand what tone you wanted to do.
Right.
It offers you that. It offers you a small portion where it doesn't change your prompt, but it lets you add some things to make it more specific to what you want to do.
How about you, Austin? Have you?
You'll be very disappointed in me to say that I have been using ChatGPT still.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
But I will try to start using Prompt Cowboy.
Okay. So the Prompt Cowboy, to give you an example of it, let's say I want. I'm gonna use an example, an out there example. I want to put some money. I want to invest some money long term, right? I could go to any of my large language models and say, hey, analyze the stock market and tell me where to put my money. I want to put $10,000 in. And it will do that. If you put that same sentence in Prompt Cowboy, the prompt that you'll get sounds like, your role is that you are a Wall Street real estate professional, and your goal is to invest $10,000 and have it grow over time in a secure form. The level of risk that you want to take is this much. The type of language you want to use is this much. It makes a whole giant paragraph prompt.
Yeah.
That will then allow your AI to do a much better result for you. After you put that in, like Angie eloquently said, at the bottom right, it'll be another little box from Prompt Cowboy that tells you, bottom left, that tells you improve the prompt. And what you do with that is say, how much risk do you want to take? Medium risk. How much, what kind of language do you want to use? Sophisticated language or simple language?
Yeah.
Do you want direct answers or do you want reasoning? And by the end of that, even if you plug it into whatever large language model, it will give you a better result. So number one, your first stop is Prompt Cowboy. Austin, your mission is to use Prompt Cowboy.
Prompt Cowboy.
You can
Okay.
still use ChatGPT.
Just go
Prompt
Prompt
Cowboy is
Cowboy
gonna
first.
be the first thing, and then you put that into ChatGPT.
Yep.
What's funny is I've just been doing what you do in Prompt Cowboy in ChatGPT, so
Yeah.
I just forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, ChatGPT, it's not a bad thing. It's just that Prompt Cowboy is dedicated to it.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, when you have a platform that's just dedicated to
And
just
it's free,
doing that.
right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's free.
I mean, I don't know what the limit is because usually
Yeah.
when I'm going to use Prompt Cowboy to go into a much deeper dive when I go to my large language model, the AI that I choose to use.
Absolutely.
So I haven't ever reached the limit of Prompt Cowboy. The most I've used Prompt Cowboy is maybe 7 times. I use it for 7 different prompts, and that's still not the limit.
Right. And
Yeah,
something
yeah.
definitely important to know, Prompt Cowboy is not an app. So it's more of a browser thing. If
Website.
you use it on the computer, it will work fantastically. You don't even have to make an account in order to use it, which definitely could help with that limit. I know many apps like Grok, you have a limit on how many images you can make and things like that. So it's good to know. It's not an app.
Yeah,
Right.
The thing, like you said, some of these AIs or large language models are limited. So the better results you can get right off the bat, the more likely you're going to get to the end result without running out of your limit.
Right.
Which is a very important, especially for one
It
like.
happens all the time.
Oh yeah. We've all,
You have to wait till it resets.
Yeah,
we've
the
all
next
been there.
day.
And some of these premium services, I've reached the limit on that.
Oh,
I'll give you Claude. The premium Claude, I've reached the limit of premium Claude.
Yeah, yep.
Like I love me some Claude, but we'll go into that in a minute. But just wanted to, number one, you gotta start using Prompt Cowboy.
Right.
Because we don't speak AI. We do not talk that language. Prompt Cowboys talks that language. So you've got to start using, that's your first bet. You will see that your AI game will go through the roof as far as what you want it to do for you just by that one simple implementation of Prompt Cowboy.
Yeah, and some things you can use Prompt Cowboy just to have like a little bit of understanding. You can use it if you need a website, if you need an image created, or honestly, if you just want a very detailed email for a specific thing you don't want to, go through the processing hassles of tackling. So definitely has a lot of variety on what you can use it for, and also it doesn't limit you to only the AIs. You can even go as far as using it for Canva.
Yeah.
So if you're a person that loves a lot of designing and things as such, definitely use it for those.
Yep.
That's good.
Speaking of designing and stuff like that, that's our next step. Let's talk about our favorite language models and what we use it for the most. I'll start with you, Angie. What's your favorite language model? What do you use it for the most?
Love Perplexity. Love the language model, the way it speaks. It sounds more factual, and it holds me accountable, which is one of the things I don't find with other AIs. They're like, oh yeah, you're correct. And I'm like, no, this was wrong. Oh yeah, you were right. That's good, you catched. So it's like,
why'd you tell me I was correct in the first place, bro?
that's one of the things I get
I wonder
very-
which one does that.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
we're not gonna say.
I'm not gonna say. But yes, I love Perplexity. Perplexity and Claude will be my main two. But if I need information, more factual, and something to hold me accountable, Perplexity.
Gotcha.
Absolutely
Is
love
Perplexity free?
Yes.
it. It is.
Okay.
They all have a free model.
Right. Limits.
The reason, the limit on Perplexity is pretty extensive. If you reach the limit on free Perplexity, you're definitely are going to benefit from its premium. I use Perplexity Premium just because of the access to all the other language models.
Right.
But we'll get into that in a minute. Austin, how about you? Which one is your go-to?
I haven't dove into a lot of language models per se, but I do use a website called Higgsfield.ai.
Okay.
And that has pretty much every single video model and every
Nice.
single photo editing model.
Okay.
Interesting.
Everything. And they're actually just incorporated into Claude.
Oh.
Where you can go into Claude and type in, do this on Higgsfield.ai, and it'll do it for you.
Oh, is it
Okay.
free?
It's not.
It's not.
There's obviously, there's free credits.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
you can make a few things, but
For someone like you,
but
that
for someone like me, they do discounts if you buy it for the year. So that's what I
good.
did.
okay.
And
Everybody has
it'll
that
save
discount,
my
and I
life.
always say
I do shit, but
use
we'll talk more about it in a sec.
Well, no.
You want me to go into
Yeah,
detail?
go
of
into
what-
detail on this Higgsfield because this is the first time I'm hearing of it, and I want to know
Higgsfield
more.
AI is what I use to do virtual staging for videos, virtual staging for photos,
Which looks awesome.
twilight photos.
Oh.
Okay.
So I don't have to go out actually at twilight
Yeah,
hour
yeah,
yeah.
to get the photos. and it also comes out way better than what it would be in real life.
And it doesn't alter the quality or anything?
It makes the quality better.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I can attest the virtual staging that you do for our videos looks fantastic.
It looks very
Yeah.
good.
They look really,
It's
really
cool
good.
because it'll just drop in the furniture.
Yeah. It not only drops, it kind of drops
just
it in
forms.
and assembles it, and
Yeah.
it looks so
But-
cool. Yeah.
It's so good. I thought everything was manual, adding everything in, but that's
Like layer by
time-consuming.
layer.
Yeah.
And with that,
it's
obviously you
time-consuming.
need prompts for that, and you need screenshots and things like that to make it work and function as it should.
Right.
But once you get the understanding of that, it's incredibly powerful.
Okay.
People are making short films on this
Very nice.
just through AI. They'll literally make a whole animation out of it.
That is interesting.
Hicksville.
Higgsfield, HIGGSFIELD.
Yeah, put it up here. I'm going to screenshot it when I see the video.
Higgsfield.ai.
Okay. I'm gonna dive
One of
into
the most
that one.
powerful video photo editing softwares out there.
Very nice. Very nice. Awesome. For me, much like Angie, Perplexity is my go-to. I pay for the premium model because it has all the other language models in it. Plus, it has a function called Computer, which it kind of mirrors Claude. I still use Claude because I feel like it's a little bit more user-friendly for some of the stuff that I want to do.
Right.
But Perplexity is my number one go-to because of the variety of language model. Just like you said, it has a yearly discount where I can pay for a whole year and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Every time an app offers me that, I usually take it. Like
So much cheaper.
CapCut, I pay for the whole year. Canva, I pay for the whole year.
Yeah,
Perplexity,
You're
I pay for
saving
the whole-
hundreds of dollars.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's always a good one. But my number one is Perplexity, and then I guess my number two would be Claude. I use Claude a lot for making like interactive files. I like checklists.
Yeah.
And like for example, my daily routine, I have it on a Claude checklist where I just open it up every day, and I can check.
Oh, you can interact with it.
Yeah.
through
So
the
I
platform?
click it, and it grays out what I've done and what I haven't done.
Okay.
So every day, obviously, my checklist. Prospecting in the
And will
morning. check
Claude
out.
also like plan out your day for you?
Yeah, if you wanted to do that. Another thing that it did for me, which I thought was super awesome to use Claude for, I went first to Prompt Cowboy, and I told Prompt Cowboy to make me a prompt to make my AI hyper-analyze my favorite real estate coach and use the last 3 years, because the real estate market changes all the time. So you don't want, you want to use recent data. So analyze the last 3 years of his coaching and make me a PDF file for me to follow.
Okay.
And then also make me a checklist of daily activities for me to follow.
Yeah.
And it did that.
Cool.
My favorite real estate coach is Tom Ferry. Took the last 3 years of his coaching, hyper-analyzed the entire thing, and gave me one hell of a prompt for me to put into Claude. And then it spat out a awesome PDF file that we were able to sit here and discuss. And then it also gave me a daily checklist for me to follow every single day to follow his coaching method. So it took 3 years worth of content that you would have to cipher through and just compress it into a 3-page PDF
That's
and a
crazy.
1-page
Something more
checklist.
digestible.
So you're saying like if I wanted to become an agent, right? I could go into Claude and be like, make me a study guide on how to do this.
100%.
Pretty much. with
100%.
technology
In a way,
nowadays.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So whenever people say, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," I'm like, "Come on, we have all the tools
There's so
right
many
now.
things out there.
Everything's through your reach."
Yeah. Another great thing to do to touch on what you just said as far as real estate goes. If there's any, for example, my investors, they're trying to look for properties that make sense under a DSCR model. The first time, now I've got experience with it, but the first time I didn't have experience with it, so I just went right to my AIs. I went to Prompt Cowboy, make me a prompt, and then I went into Perplexity, and Perplexity made me a conversation where I can literally plug in either the Zillow link, Home.com link, MLS link. I can just plug in the link, and it will hyper-analyze the entire property. It'll also analyze the rental around the area, give me an average, and then at the bottom line, it will give me this works for DSCR, this is your profit line, this does not work for DSCR, here's how much you're in the red. And it just made me be able to have conversations with these investors as if, I'm an absolute professional at it. Now, obviously, and we will disclaimer this every time, double check the work.
Absolutely.
Double check the work. You
Yep.
never know, you don't want it. If you input all of the right information, your results will be right, but you always want to double check your work.
Definitely.
But like Angie said, if you don't know something, there is no longer a reason for you not to know it.
Yeah.
Especially with all these tools that we have at hand.
Absolutely. You want to learn a language, you have apps, you have the AI. If you want to learn a new skill, you already have it. It's just a matter of how you use it and, learning how to get there, basically. There's no wrong AIs. There's many platforms. It's just whatever is more suited for you and which one you like more.
Yeah.
True.
Let's talk about that. There's no wrong AIs. There are wrong AIs.
Ooh.
There are AIs. Now, I don't...
Controversial.
Yeah, let's get into controversy. There are wrong AIs. We're not going to mention them by name, but we will say this. Whenever, we said it in the last video, and I'll reiterate, whenever money gets involved, the AI gets compromised. That's 100% facts. If you have an AI model that belongs to a corporation that is notorious for prioritizing those who pay more, I would suggest not using that AI.
Right.
You can use it for fun stuff. For example, like I use it for role playing. I'll because all these AIs have the voice that you can talk to.
Funny.
Yeah.
So I'll use it for that, for role playing with it and sharpening my role playing skills. That's always fun to do. That's not going to affect anything. But when it comes to factual information, when it comes to actually finding things that need to be 100% correct and precise, these models that belong to these large corporations who are notorious for accepting money and prioritizing people who pay more are not ones that I'm going to be looking to use.
Right.
I'm not, like we said, I don't want to out any of them. But, just do your own research. If they belong to a large corporation that is known for doing that, don't use that AI. Just don't.
Have you seen the videos of people like talking to the voice, the voice AI?
Yeah.
And it like completely gives them the wrong answers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so like there's this one I just watched. I'm not gonna name the site or anything.
Yeah.
But he was talking to. He's like, all right, I'm wondering, do you have like a mile tracker? Like, can you track my running?
Is he the one that's from TikTok?
Yes. He's like,
I know the one.
And the thing's like, oh, absolutely, I can track your mile. I will time it and everything. He's like, okay, but I looked up your creator and he says you don't do that. And he's like, the model's like, oh, well maybe I don't do that then. I don't think I do that. And he's like, well, do you have a mile tracker? And it's like, yes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, I'm gonna run a mile. Ready, set, go. All right, I'm back. How long was that? And it's like, that was 30 minutes and 27 seconds.
And it was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was
person's
hilarious.
account.
It's so funny. He's so funny.
So many videos.
Yeah. So
He does so many videos.
It's
stuff
so
like
fun.
that. I could probably picture what AI model he was
It
using.
was so funny.
That one was so funny.
Yeah. But that's one problem that we run into AIs. As far as endorsing, air quotes on that endorsing, Perplexity, Claude, and Grok are the three that I would say that are still really darn good. And then Prompt Cowboy. Prompt Cowboy for all three of them.
Yeah, for sure.
The other thing is, we touched on Perplexity, we touched on Claude. I now have a new toy to play with in Higgsville, Higgsfield. The other one is Grok. Believe it or not, Grok is like the unsung hero of AIs. Nobody uses Grok except for inappropriate things on X. I know, but y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop that. Billie Eilish does not need to be going through that crap. But Grok is really darn good at doing web searches because it has no boundaries. Grok is unhinged when it comes to finding information.
Have you already tested Grok if it has access to like MLS, RPR?
It has no boundaries. It will search whatever.
That's
I know that
crazy.
other platforms of AI, I've used Perplexity, I tried Claude, they're like, no, we cannot go to other sites.
Right.
Such, so.
Grok does not give a rat's rear end where it has to go to get you your information. It will cross those lines.
Whoa, okay.
So when it comes to searching, I love using Grok. Give you an example of that. I asked Perplexity. I did not ask Claude. I use for functions, but I use Perplexity for questions a lot. So I asked Perplexity, hey, in this property, because I couldn't get a hold of the owner, this property, when was the roof replaced? They told me exactly that. I can't go into the whatever, but this is the site that you can go into and find out. Took that same question to Grok. Grok told me, in this website, they pulled a permit on this year, so more than likely the roof was done on that year.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
I've used it once or twice, but I haven't to its full potential.
Grok has no boundaries. It is unhinged when it comes to searching. So if you want a true search engine AI, use Grok. Use Grok for your true search engine AI. Another thing I use Grok for, as far as my profession goes, I'm going to go on a listing appointment. I want to know everything about that house. I can input the address and tell Grok, find me everything from this home, from the moment it was built to today. It will find everything. The home was built by this developer. It was built in this year. The first time it went up to market was this much. It then sold again by this real estate agent for this much, bought by this real estate agent for this much. It is currently owned by this person if their information is public. You know, some folks can hide, not hide, but some folks choose to protect themselves, law enforcement and in governing politics and stuff. But if it's there, if it's public information, it finds everything from the moment that was dirt to the moment of today. So I know everything about a property when I step on there.
Yeah.
It happened, you know, when we go to, people get surprised when you go to a property and you tell them, like, you're looking at the property, you said, oh, okay, that's the easement that they added in 2008. And they're like, how the, what?
They're like, what? The what?
What do you mean? Like, how did you know that they did that? I'm like, oh, yeah, you know. I did my research is my answer.
Yeah.
Stuff like I've scared a few of my clients. Luckily, they got to know me a little bit, so they were okay with it. But they were immigrants who changed their names, but their properties are still in their original names.
Okay.
So as I'm doing the document, the buyer agreement, as I'm doing the buyer agreement, I use their real names, and I send them the buyer agreement. And they're like, oh, but you sent the buyer agreement with the name we gave you. You got to use our real name. These names are immigrant names. I'm like, no, I used your real name. I used so and so and so and so. They're like, how do you know that? I did my research.
Don't worry about it.
I did my
your
research.
agent.
Yeah, I'm your agent. I'll get paid to do this. So just sign the document. Let's get to work. But yeah, it is scary as far as how unhinged it is when it comes to searching for information.
Yeah.
So if we were to put up like a kind of an order of priorities, I would say Prompt Cowboy's number one.
Yeah.
I use it for absolutely everything. Followed by Grok if you're doing web searches, Perplexity for general operations, and Claude for creation.
Right.
When I say creation, I don't mean videos or photos or anything like that.
Yeah.
What I mean is like creating programs, creating files, creating PDFs,
It's
creating
great for files.
creating interactive files and stuff like that. That's my kind of priority list of using those AIs. How about you folks?
Personally, for me, I use another platform for my CMA, so my comparative market analysis, for those who don't know, is basically what we use to deduct what a value approximately could be of a home. One of the things I do love to use with specifically Claude is to make me another one. I like to fact check if this platform is using the most current information or the most relevant. And I just like to cross in here and there, and it makes me a fantastic detailed document. So I kind of go from Prompt Cowboy to maybe using Grok now, and then from Grok, I'll throw it on Claude, and it will make me a fantastic file. Don't tell, if you're gonna use Claude to make any type of document, don't tell it, hey, make me a picture for this. Tell it to make me a file. And if it makes it too big, you have to kind of play with it so it makes you the actual thing you use. Right. But fantastic. And if you know how to play with it, you can definitely make some content to post.
Oh yeah.
You just have to find the right wording, because they will say, no, I cannot make an image. But I'm like, this is a file. I'll screenshot it. It's an image. I can make it an image. But it's definitely very helpful for that. Another thing, captions. It takes me so much time sometimes to like find the creativity for certain specific situations of a video and content. So that's one of the things I like. And I'm like, make it the most relevant hashtags, which is very important if you need that view.
Yeah, that's really good.
So definitely use it for hashtags. Make it for captions. Also, not what works for TikTok will work for Instagram. So that's another thing you want to take into consideration.
Very true.
YouTube as well, if you want to make shorts, it definitely allows you way more hashtags. Take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that.
So let's go into that because you're talking on the creative side of life.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, Angie's nickname in the office is the talent. When it comes to social media, when it comes to posting on social media and videos and views and stuff, Angie's the number one in the office. So when it comes to your social media posting, you touched on that you use it for the captions and the hashtags and things of that. Is there anything else you can use these AI models to, I don't know, maybe give you ideas or anything like that? Is there anything else you use it for as far as your content creation?
Absolutely. There's one, I just have it on my computer in the tab. I don't know if you remember, it was What People Want to Know website. That's one of those websites that's a hidden gem. If you don't know what people want to know, go in there.
That's good.
Sometimes people have a lot of questions regarding what the rates are at the moment. You go in there and see specifically what they're asking regarding it. Or some people are first-time home buyers and they don't know that they have way more options than just buying what's out there. They can buy new construction. And that might be one of those questions. That's an idea to tackle and make either a video or content video, anything that works. But it makes it more relevant in case that you don't have any ideas saved in your folder. You're tired of making funny content. You want to do more educational. That's another website I would definitely mention that helped me.
That's great.
In Canva. It's not an AI, but Canva, I absolutely love Canva for my content.
And it has AI traits.
Yeah, it has AI traits. It's like CapCut. CapCut's not an AI, but it has AI traits that you can use. Yeah, it's AI adjacent. We can call it that. But Canva, CapCut for the captions on my videos. The views on my videos went up just by adding captions to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
People
makes a difference.
love when videos have captions and stuff. Plus, I tend to speak really fast and use. I'm either using complex language or, urban language. Yeah. So the captions help people understand what I'm trying to convey and stuff like that. So that's always a good one. So what was that website?
What People Want to Know, I believe it was the website. I'll correct it in a minute, but regardless of exhausting, it's right here. I'll look it up in a minute.
Okay, that's a good one to see what people are searching.
Yeah.
How about you, Austin, as far as getting creative ideas or anything like that?
I have one that's not exactly like creative ideas, but it'll take your long form videos and make it into 30 reels.
Oh, nice.
Short form videos. So if you're out there and you're making long form content like podcasts, or if you have like a long form YouTube video or anything of the sort that's longer than a minute, it'll take the best parts of those videos, make it, edit it, add captions, add transitions, add B-roll if you want it to. It'll add everything you need to that video, and it'll tell you which video will go the most viral and the virality of that video.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
It's called Opus Clips.
Opus Clips. I've heard of Opus Clips.
There's a lot of ads out there for it. You probably
yeah.
see it every time you're on YouTube or something. OPUS, Opus Clips.
Oh, the phone is listening. I'll definitely see.
It's always listening.
It'll come to me.
Did you get that, FBI agent? Good.
There's a phone app for it. There's a website.
Okay.
I prefer the website.
Gotcha.
But it is insanely powerful.
That's good to know. That's good. That's another really good one.
Can you use it for personal content, like small, short reels?
You can. You can add captions using it. I wouldn't prefer that. I definitely prefer it for long form videos.
Okay.
But that's a great
thing. It's kind of taking your long form and just clipping it and giving you a bunch of different clips of it.
Yes.
Does it chooses the most relevant portions of the video?
Yes, that's what it does. So it'll clip the best parts, what it thinks is the best parts of your video, because it knows the algorithms.
Oh,
it knows all the social algorithms. So TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts.
Austin giving me a bunch of new toys to play with today.
All the short form content. If you want it to go viral, that'll help you.
Okay.
For sure.
Definitely.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Speaking on social virality, when it comes to real estate or when it comes to sales in general, sure, going viral is great for entertainment purposes, but we're in a lead-driven market where I rather not have 100,000 views.
Right.
I'd rather have just 2,000 to 3,000 views and get a phone call.
That is true.
Or 2,000 to 3,000 views and get a DM. And that's always when you have things like that, that'll help you have something that's a little bit more viral, because most of our videos will have a call to action or have a purpose or have something like will make people want to call us.
Yeah.
That's also a really good thing to add, because we don't necessarily, as sales professionals because you have to do social media as any form of sales or self-marketing. We don't necessarily want 1 million views.
Yeah.
What we want is phone calls, DMs.
Right.
We want questions. That's what we really want to get with
More
that.
interactions, not bots.
Yeah. Not robots watching our videos.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that random rant. We'll go off once it's off. I want to ask you guys something about YouTube. But any closing statements when it comes to the AI?
No, definitely be careful. That's something I will say.
100%.
Like fact check everything. The AI doesn't know everything. Eventually, technology is just picking up to such a way that sometimes people mistake videos for real things. They're not real. They're AI. So be careful with everything you see out there. Don't believe everything. Fact check yourself, and also let's not lose the momentum of putting some effort whenever we're doing something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, your brain will get mushy. Like,
Yeah.
don't always rely on it. It's
Yeah.
definitely an amazing tool,
It's true.
but it's the tool. It's not you. Remember
Yes,
to
that's
always
good.
put some of you into your work. That's
Very
potentially something that no AI will replace.
Yeah. Yeah, AI is a tool to save time. It's not a tool to replace what you can do. You have to use it exactly. That's the best way to describe that. It is a tool designed to just save you some time.
Yeah.
It's not a tool designed to completely replace everything you do.
Yeah, and like she said, be careful, but don't be scared to try it and use it.
Yeah, explore it.
Explore it.
Yeah.
Do your research.
So to give you a little bit of a recap on my side, Prompt Cowboy number 1, Perplexity for everyday use, Claude for program and file creation, Grok for search engines.
ChatGPT for conversation, if that's your mojo.
Yeah. What's your
And for the bottom part, I would say what people want to know, and what was the other one? And eventually just put it to use with everything else. If you have the AI, then put it into Canva, put it into other models to make you images or CapCut, and basically.
So you had what people want to know. You also had the Canva use.
Yeah.
And then you use your Claude as well for a lot of stuff. And you brought us all the new stuff.
Yeah, mine was Higgsfield.ai. That's for editing video clips and photo editing.
Yep.
With AI. And then the other one was Opus Clips, which takes your long form content and makes it into clippable virality videos.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, that's going to be it, folks. It was a little bit of a different video. We just wanted to, we got some interest and some questions on the video. We touched base because Austin brought the AI topic to the pod, and we just started going off. We just started ranting on it. So
we had so much to say.
Yeah, we figured we'd make a full episode on it. So it's a little different. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This will be your one-stop shop on the way we use AI every single day in our professions. But that's going to be it for episode 12 of Mi Casa Your Market. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave it down in the comment section. If you're in the great state of Florida and need any help with real estate, feel free to reach out. But other than that,
until next time.